Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. So lately a lot of JP players have been making their lists of top 10 monsters overall. And so I thought I'd do something similar. Not quite the same though. I'm going to go through each element and I'm going to choose the top 3 characters. But there are some conditions. I am not going to include limited monsters, so like Lucifer, Himiko, and Tempest. We know they're strong, so we don't need to include them. And then, who else? We're not going to include the transcendent forms. We only have Agnamut and Agnamut X at the moment, but we won't include them. So yeah, these are hatcher monsters that you can get from just any old regular hatcher, and then possibly even from the starting hatcher. So if you're just starting the game and then you rolled one of these guys, you can proceed with confidence. Alright, so first let's look at the fire element. This guy right here, Son Goku. I was a big fan of Dragon Ball growing up, so I have a soft spot for this guy, but he's also very, very strong. He might be the best support character in the game. He has the bump combo, speed up and then blast bump. So he can really kind of raise your minimum level of damage done per turn by helping out the other characters. And then looking at his stats, they are very solid. He also has a wood resistance, and then his strike shot is the command strike shot. So he's a good support character, but he can also do damage on his own. Alrighty, continuing on. Here is Cholhi, or Zhang Fei, as she's known. And then she is unique because her ability set, Minesweeper Null Warp, is not that common. And then her bump combo is not too strong. It is easy to use. It's easy to position because it is the vertical. And then her strike shot is the kind where she bounces against the wall and then does more damage the more times she bounces off the wall. She is a speed type, so her attack is not very high. But since she is a speed type, she should be able to bounce off the wall more often than other guys. Alrighty. Oops. Alright, next. An older character, but still very, very strong. And even in the advanced stage, where the JP game is, he's still very, very viable. This is Sakamoto Ryoma. He also appears in the anime. He has the Pierce and the Wood Slayer. Any monster with a Slayer and Pierce is automatically good, pretty much. They can just go straight for the boss's weak point and then do lots of damage. And then, yeah, good balanced stats as well. And then a command strike shot, which is easy to use because he's a Pierce. His bump combo is not very good, but the rest of him is so good that it's worth, it's okay ignoring. And then for all of the elements, any character with an element slayer deserves to be on this short list. And so, let's see. I guess honorable mention for red, I would say Atos. Both evolution and ascension. If you get 2, that's great. Make 1 of each, and they'll be very useful. Okay, let's move on to water. So first up here, I have Lorelei Ascension. Her stats are pretty low, very low actually. But it's her bump combo. It's her homing Pierce, and then she's also blast type, so her power gets a boost. This bump combo is so strong, and it's so easy to use. It's worth taking her to quests that are not red, and then also have like gravity barriers or even damage walls. She does have the very useful double ability of Minesweeper and Null Warp. But again, yeah, you use her for her bump combo and yeah, she'll help you out. At the moment, she has the strongest bump combo. I think, strongest homing bump combo in the game. but she may be surpassed pretty soon. Okay. Next up is Lancelot. This might be one of my more surprising picks on this list. He often gets compared to Yamato Takeru because they have the same ability set, null damage wall and null warp. But I prefer Lancelot immensely over Yamato Takeru. One, because his stats are higher. I don't have his HP maxed out, but yeah. His HP maxed out will be 24k, which is very good. He can kind of, you know, lift up the rest of your team. And then, yeah, good attack, good speed. And then, maybe most importantly, he does not have null damage wall on the gauge. For Yamato Takeru, I've missed the gauge so many times and died so many times because of that, I don't use him anymore. So I use Lancelot instead, and I'm really happy with him. His bump combo too, not great, not bad either. But his strike shot, which is the same as Yamato Takeru, he becomes the pierce, and so if he goes back and forth through the boss's weak point, that's very strong. And it also makes it easy for him to get hearts, so he's pretty good. He's not flashy, but he's good. Okay, next up, Romeo. He is a blast type, and so his bump combo is very strong. And then, however, his stats are still good for a blast type. Usually blast types get kind of pushed down stats-wise, but not Romeo. And then he's got the double null ability, which means he can go to lots of quests. And then his strike shot is the chain meteor. He bounces around, and then every guy that he hits increases the overall damage. It's one of the most, maybe the most powerful strike shot in the game. But lately in the JP game especially, a 30-turn strike shot is very, very long. A lot of people are getting strike shots, you know, 28, 24, even less than 20. So Romeo's getting a little bit less used there, but still very, very strong. I've showed this off before, but he does have a genius Ableberry, which is perfect for the mine quests for raising your rank. Alright, and then honorable mention for water would be Uesugi Kenshin. She, just like Ryoma, has Pierce and then the Fire Slayer. Yeah, so any character with Pierce and the Element Slayer is very highly recommended. The thing about her is that she has the null damage wall, and then pretty soon we'll be getting a lot of water characters with null damage wall that just really outclass her. So that's why she's not on this short list, partly. And then the one character that I don't have that I would recommend for any of these top element monsters is Sinbad. Again, both the evolution and the ascension are very strong, but for different reasons. The evolution has a very strong strike shot, same as Zhang Fei, the wall bounce strike shot. And then the ascension has speed up, so both very good. Alright, continuing on, here is Wood, and then first here I have Yggdrasil. And the reason why I chose her, she's very powerful, very easy to use, very versatile. You can use her in lots of places. And then she's also great for beginners. One, because her evolution form is also very strong. And then two, it's easier to make her ascension. You just need 4-star monsters to ascend her, so it's easy to get her materials. As you can see, also decent stats. She has Pierce and Null Damage Wall. That's my favorite kind of, what do you call it? Bias and then gimmick style combination. She also has the Meteor Strike Shot, which works great with Pierce. And then she has my favorite bump combo, which is the Blast Bump and then Homing. So yeah, Yggdrasil, really good. She's an older monster, but she's, yeah, still really, really good. Okay, next. Benkei, Ascension. Similar to Zhangfei, has Minesweeper, No Warp, and then the Wall Bounce Strike Shot. But he is a balance type, so he has better stats overall. And then also his bump combo is better. The laser is whatever, but the sub bump combo, that mini spread shot, really, really good. Alrighty. And then lastly, I wanted to put Mustang in this last slot, but then I remembered that I only have her on my other device. So I went for Kuhudin here. And she's pretty basic, just a pierce, no gravity barrier, decent stats. Bump combo is pretty good, the homing piercer, but it's her strike shot. It says neutralizes, but really it's just ignores. So it's an anti-everything strike shot. So if you're in a pinch, there are damage walls or like mines around, you can use this strike shot and just ignore them. And then also, she does ridiculous damage with this strike shot, which is not listed here. But she can do over 2 million damage easily if you go through the boss's weak point. So she's really good, and yeah, should be good in the long term as well. Alright. So there's that. Honorable mention, again, Mustang. Okay. Next, let's look at Light. This is also kind of a surprise pick. Seimei, he's fine. His stats are so-so. He only has the single null ability, the null gravity barrier. He has a Demon's Bane, which works on zombies and then lots of different bosses. His strike shot, it is the delay strike shot. It adds 3 turns to whatever enemy's actions. And then the bump combo is good too. He's got the homing, and then the sub, again, is that mini spread shot, which I love. But the reason why he's on here is that he's very good for a number of quests, especially dark quests, like Tsukiyomi and Dark Murasame. And then also Dark Muramasa, or Light Muramasa, I think. But yeah, somehow, I don't know, I really like him, his design is great, and then somehow whenever I use him, I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel like he's good. I don't lose when I use him for whatever reason, so he's pretty great. Okay, next up. This is Ryubi, Ascension. Okay stats, HP is a little bit low, speed is a little bit low, but he has a no warp and a no gravity barrier. And this is a great combination, because actually with this combination, he can go to all the first wave of impossible missions. So Izanami, Yamato Takeru, Kushinada, Tsukiyomi, and Izanagi. He can go to them all. And then his strike shot, it is the command strike shot, which is very powerful. And then finally the bump combo, he has the homing, and once again the mini spread. So I think you're seeing a pattern here. I really like that one. Yeah, he might be the one that I recommend most to beginners. They recently redid the starting hatcher that you do when you begin. And so I think the pool is much greater. I think it includes everything except for the most recent hatcher and then the limited. So if you can, get Ryubi here. Oops, okay. And then next up is here, Aura Monstriker. This is also a really old character, but it's his ability set that makes him still usable today, which is Minesweeper and Null Gravity Barrier. This is a great combination. Any double null ability is great. And then he has really high speed for a bounce character, so this really helps with picking up the mines. And then his strike shot is also command, so really powerful there too. Okay. And then honorable mention, I don't know, she has like 6 different names, but Chio, or Nekomori I, SS Tinker, SST Tinker, one of those. Yeah, she has the Dark Slayer and then the wall-bound strike shot, so also very strong. A little on the slow side, so she's kind of more for advanced players, but yeah, very good. Alright, and finally, here is the Dark monsters. First up is Siegfried. This guy's strength depends on how committed you are to making the one-way laser work. He's basically just a one-way laser machine. He has slow speed, which makes it easy for him to position. And then he also has null damage wall and null warp, which makes it even easier for him to position. So he doesn't want null gravity barrier. He can actually, you know, stop himself in the gravity barrier, which is also awesome for positioning. His only weak point is mines. You probably can't use him in mine stages. But yeah, stats are pretty good. And then, yeah, his bump combo, the one-way laser. And this is at, you know, regular power, so 24,000, does a lot. And then his strike shot is the increases speed, which is not great for positioning, but if you're careful you can do it so it doesn't affect it too much. And then also enables a counterattack mode. So whenever he takes damage, then he shoots his one-way laser again. That does maybe half the damage of a regular bump combo, but still. I've beaten a number of stages and a number of missions with that counterattack ability. So he's pretty great. Okay. Next up is Thumbelina. She's maybe my newest addition to the list. If you saw my light Murasame video, then you saw why I fell in love with that. Stats are balanced. And then she has that really rare combination of null gravity barrier and null damage wall, which is very versatile. And then she has the Meteor Strike Shot, which is great, which is powerful. It's good against shields specifically, and like Light Murasame, for example. And then her bump combo is defense up. Whenever another teammate hits her, they get defense up. And so yeah, she is great as is, but she will be getting a buff sooner or later, which makes her even better, which is ridiculous. She'll get full resistance, just like Izanagi, and then her defense up, that percentage of defense will go up even more. So for me, who likes to play with kind of defensive characters, this is going to be amazing. Okay, and then the last one here. This is my most favorite character in the game. This is Sakura. Stats are okay. She's a speed type, so she has a lot of speed. Her other stats are a little bit lower, but not bad. And then she has a triple ability: Flight, Null Damage Wall, Recovery. Again, Pierce and Null Damage Wall, that's my favorite combination there. And then again, as a defensive player, I like Recovery. And then, oh yeah, the Pierce goes great with Recovery because it's easy to hit all your guys. And then if you do hit all your guys, you get about 22-23% of your life back. Her strike shot is so-so. It's just like a speed and power up. But for those times when you absolutely need to, you know, heal all your guys, that extra speed can help. And then her bump combo is very strong too. It's the slice and dice, they call it. And if you're next to a boss weak point, it can do a lot of damage. And it also does a lot of hits, so it's good against scorpions as well. So yeah, favorite character in the game right there. I think I have 3 of her on this phone, and then Got the whole collection, the pre-evolution, the evolution, the ascension. And yeah, she was in the anime the other day, so that was very good. And then honorable mention for Dark would be Saigo Takamori. He is like Chio in that he's slow, but he has Light Slayer and then the wall-bound strike shot. Again, a monster for more advanced players. Yeah, so just to review, we'll look back at all the colors. And yeah, these are my top monster picks for kind of this earlier era of Monster Strike. From now, we're going to be getting into you know, transcendent monsters, more limited monsters, and then kind of the era where the bump combo is going to be the main source of damage for most of the characters. But yeah, but for now, if you have these characters, then you'll be able to go lots of places. Alrighty, hopefully that was helpful. We'll see you again. Take care.